Hello, and thank you for joining Rainbow Joe for some arts and crafts. Today we're going to maybe look at recycling some rubbish, things that might have been otherwise heading towards the bin. Um, and I just have to say, I've never had so much mileage out of my clothes before. Hope you enjoy the rainbow colours of this lovely jacket and my wee hat that I wear for you, just to keep things bright. So I wanted to talk to you today about recycling or repurposing things that are heading for the bin. Just one idea that I had, there was a tube, cardboard tube. It used to contain potato crisps. Pringles was the name, and I thought when I looked at that I could maybe make something out of that because it's a good sturdy tube and it can maybe come in useful for storing things that I don't want to get lost. So when I looked at it, I saw a lighthouse, and first thing I did then was to use some PVA glue to glue some paper onto the tube, and then I marked out where I was going to paint the stripes of the colours of the lighthouse. And then rather than use paint, I thought something I could use up that isn't being used was some nail varnish, some red nail varnish. So this was the results. And because the nail varnish has the wee tiny brush in it, it was good to be able to keep within the lines. So there was the lighthouse effect. Something else I also used was I needed a top for the lighthouse, and I used these wee jars here, cockles, and at the minute I'm using this one to keep my PVA glue in so that it doesn't evaporate. And there we go. So here is the lighthouse lid, and it's the jar, and I wanted to do a nice crisscross design on it, red. So I initially used some nail varnish. Didn't work out so well on the glass, it was a bit faint, so I got the idea to use some Play-Doh, and I rolled it out into thin strips and put Play-Doh on the top, and it makes that nice thick crisscross design. So the lighthouse, to light that up, then I used a torch. So anything battery operated would be good to use. So a nice torch on the top of the lighthouse, and then put the lid on there, and there we go. We've got a nice decorative lighthouse ready to go in a few easy steps. So today's video is just about looking at things that are going to be rubbish but can be made into something else, something more fun. So that was just one idea that I had gotten, that I had saw. So you can get tubes from many different places. You can get from Pringles or potato crisps. They're a good size to make a lighthouse. Other things that come in tubes would be things like this, gravy. Now you have to wait obviously until the contents of whatever you're going to use is all used up and you have the empty tin ready to go towards the bin, so you may have to wait. But if you take a look at what's heading towards the bin and see if you can make something in your mind out of it, get creative and reuse it. So that's just one idea I had from tubes. There are others that I'm going to be working on, so keep an eye out in the other videos coming up, and we'll show you how to repurpose and reuse things. So just before I sign off on this video, I wanted to show you an idea of cereal. Would be good to make a little house. So the reason for that was that these can be folded, the edges can be folded inwards, and when you tuck in, then tuck the flaps in like so. It makes a nice little roof shape. So then you could cut along here and you've got a nice shape of a house, and then you can cut out your windows, cut out your door, maybe put a torch inside to light it up. So I'm going to make something out of this box, and we'll see how that goes. And we get the paints, get anything that isn't being used and is heading towards the bin, repurposed and reused. So we'd like to see your ideas for that. If you're going to do anything like that, get a picture of it, get it posted up online. We'd like to see it. And thank you for joining me. If you can join me again for the next video, see what else we're going to make. We'll see you soon.